Welcome back to Mystique Recaps. Today I will explain an American science fantasy, Western action film released in the year of 2017. Spoilers ahead, watch out and enjoy. Jake, an 11-year-old boy, has a vision about a man in black destroying a tower. He wakes up and his room shakes. His mother comes in and asks if he is fine, but Jake lies. During breakfast, he sketches out images from his vision, and attaches them to other sketches in his room. At school, Jake continues to sketch but beats a guy who collects his sketchbook, and his teacher instructs him to go home to cool off. Soon after, Jake meets with a psychiatrist. He sees Jake's sketches and says that he is a smart kid, as Jake thinks the earthquake occurring is due to the tower being under attack. The psychiatrist thinks that Jake's dreams result from the trauma of his father's death last year, but Jake tells him that it isn't a dream. However, an earthquake happens almost immediately. On his way home, he sees a man with fake skin which scares him, and a homeless man tells him to be careful, as the people with fake skin kidnap special kids like him with great mental power. This scares Jake and he rushes into a bus, while looking at the homeless man. At home, his mother, Lori, and stepfather, Lon confront him about what happened at school, and she tells him about a clinic upstate, for kids having a hard time, but Jake leaves without giving her an answer. Later at night, Jake stares at his father's picture, and removes all his sketches, hoping it will prevent him from having bad dreams. However, Jake has another dream. The gunslingers oppose the destruction of the tower, and they plan to kill the man in black, but he uses his magic to kill all the gunslingers, leaving Roland, who is immune to his magic. Jake wakes up and shows his friend the sketches of the gunslinger, and a house. He tells his friend that he thinks the house is in New York, but his friend leaves to answer his father's call. Soon after, Jake posts the picture of the house online, and asks if anyone knows its location. However, his stepfather interrupts him as the clinic members are around. Jake meets with them and finds out that they are the monsters with fake skins from his vision. He tries to tell his mother that they are the people from his dreams, although his mother doesn't believe him, and says that she will come over to get him if he doesn't like it there. He sees a message, informing him of the location of the house, and Jake agrees to go to the clinic, but Jake escapes through his bathroom window, and the people give chase. One of the skin people has his fake skin cut while chasing Jake. Jake manages to escape after running for a while, despite almost being caught up by a team of people with fake skins. After walking for a while, he spots the building in his dreams, and cuts his mother's call, who tells him to come back. Jake proceeds to enter the house, and finds a code panel. He types the numbers 1919 and a portal opens to Midworld, a post-apocalypse landscape. Jake is skeptical about the portal, but the house begins to attack him, forcing Jake to jump into the portal. Elsewhere, the people with the fake skin locate another target, and they inform the man in black that there has been an unauthorized crossing, as one of the old portals was opened. The man in black decides to investigate the situation. In Midworld, Jake meets Roland, and tells him that he used to dream about him, showing him his sketches. Roland tells him that there aren't any gunslingers anymore, and says that the dream told him what he wanted to hear. Roland leaves but Jake goes after him, and Roland challenges him when he mentions the man in black, as he thinks Jake was sent by him. Jake tells him that he saw the man in black in his dream too, and shows him his sketches. Roland tells him that the man in black's name is Walter, and Jake reveals that he sees Walter in that tower in all his dreams. Elsewhere, Walter goes to the building, and picks a piece to find out who the trespasser is, and Sarah confirms that the person is a boy, and his shine is pure. Roland and Jake notice the Tahine, the people with fake skin that work for Walter, and the two stop to eat. Meanwhile, Walter finds out that Jake was the one that activated the portal. Jake draws a map on the sand, and Roland explains that the Dark Tower protects the universe from the dark forces. However, Walter wants to destroy the tower in order to rule the universe, and the gunslinger failed to stop him. At night, Jake hears his name and walks into the woods, despite Roland's warnings not to be alone in the woods. Jake sees his father but he transforms into a demon. However, Roland comes to his rescue and kills the demon. Roland explains that the demon senses his weakness and creates an illusion to distract him. While they walk, Roland senses a demon, but it attacks him before he can draw his gun. Jake tries to get Roland's gun, but the demon gives chase, causing Roland to shoot the demon. Back at Jake's house, his parents are surprised to find Walter in their house, and Lori remembers him from Jake's drawings. Walter kills Lon using magic, and reads Lori's mind to find out about Jack's dream. Walter tells her that she must feel guilty for not believing her son, and sending him to the asylum. The next day, Roland takes Jake to a seer to interpret his dreams. Concurrently, Walter tells the Tahine that Jake is in the Midworld to meet Roland, and says that Jake's shine can bring down the tower single-handedly. The seer also confirms that Jake's shine is beyond anything she has ever seen. Jake shares his vision with her, and she says that Walter is in the northern wastelands, but it will take more than 6 months to travel there. However, Jake figures out that Walter has a base in New York, and they can get to the machine through it. The villagers agreed to use their portal to send them to Earth, but it will put the villagers in danger. A villager thinks that they can't disobey a gunslinger, but the seer says that Roland isn't a gunslinger anymore, as his heart is consumed by vengeance. Roland states that the tower will eventually fall, as long as the darkness is out there, but he will get his revenge before the tower falls. Roland leaves and Jake tries to convince them that Roland is still a gunslinger. While they prepare the tower, the Taheen attacks the village, and Roland tells Jake to hide somewhere. Roland kills the Taheens despite his wounds. Jake saves a villager, but a Taheen spots him and captures him. Roland uses Jake's shine to figure out where he is, and kills the Taheen with a bullet to the head, and both of them teleport back to Earth, almost destroying a kitchen. After discovering that they escaped, Walter kills a Taheen in anger. Jake takes Roland to the hospital to get his wound treated, and calls his home, but no one picks up the call. The doctor tells Roland that he will be kept at the hospital, but Roland leaves, and Jake gives him some painkillers. Meanwhile, Walter goes to the seer to find out where she sent Jake. Jake meets the homeless man from before, and uses his shine to find out where Walter's portal is, but Roland stops him as they can trace his shine. Jake goes home to do some research, and finds out that Walter has killed his mother and Lon, which angers him. Not long after, Roland teaches Jake how to handle a gun, and the gunslinger creed, after Jake confronts him for not being a gunslinger anymore. Soon after, Roland goes to buy guns and bullets, but Walter discovers their location and attacks them. Jake runs away while Roland fights with Walter, but a Taheen eventually catches him. Jake uses his shine to communicate with Roland, and he comes to rescue Jake, while Walter teleports Jake to the machine. A determined Roland spectacularly kills all the Taheen, taking them out with his guns. In the machine, Jack is tied down, but he tries to keep the portal open, while Roland fights his way through Walter's men. Walter questions Jake's resistance, and says that his visions brought Jake to him and not Roland. After many failed efforts to close the portal, Walter goes to meet Roland, and the two engage in a fight, but Roland's attacks do not affect Walter. Walter eventually wounds Roland, but Jake reminds him of the gunslinger's creed. Roland recovers and shoots Walter in the heart. He finally kills him after shooting him in the head. He rescues Jake, and destroys the tower, releasing the other kids from Jake's vision. Roland prepares to leave and asks Jake to come with him, as he has nothing left on Earth, and he can use his powers. Jake agrees and he becomes a gunslinger. Well, that is all for this video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe to our channel, and make sure to like this video, if you want to see more of us and help the channel grow. See you next time.